Hi everyone, it's Ashley at Tea Garden Paper Crafts, and welcome to week 5 of Junk Journal Journey 2025. So this is the final week of our very first month. I'm super proud of this week's kit. I made it a little bit bigger, which is why it's a little bit more expensive. It's $2 instead of $1, but it's a bigger kit, and we are doing seed/coin envelope pockets. Um, I was trying to find kind of the difference between a seed envelope and a coin envelope, and aside from, because everyone seems to call them different things, so that's kind of why the name is what it is, because there doesn't seem to be a consensus on what the name is. So we'll go through the kit real quick. You get a couple pages, you get 10 pages in this total. That includes pockets, uh, journaling cards. Oops, this one's upside down. Pockets, journaling cards, labels. Come on. Fussy cuts, words, and more fussy cuts. And then two, pardon my sniffles, background pages. My family and I are getting over the flu, so I've got the sniffles today. I apologize. So, all right. So I have already gone ahead and cut all of my stuff out for the most part. I didn't cut out all of my sentiments or words here because I wasn't sure which ones I would want to use. But there are 16 of these smaller size cards. I printed the burlap background on the back of mine. And then there are 6 of the large journaling cards. And then there are tons of envelopes. There are different kinds of labels and our fussy cuts. So I've gone ahead and glued together some of my envelopes already because I figured you wouldn't want to sit here and watch me glue envelopes forever. So to just get to the decorating part, so I only have 2 envelopes here that I'm going to glue, and they're 2 different kinds of them. So there are 2 of these larger style envelopes, and I printed the purple wood grain background on these. And then there are 4 of these smaller envelopes. Okay, so we'll start with these. So with the larger envelopes, I went ahead and I inked and already creased everything. So what you're going to do is you're going to score and fold along the lines where the little flaps are. And this will give the gussets, so this will give your pocket a little bit more room. And then you are going to fold it over and crease it here. And then you also want to crease it here at the top for your envelope to flip open and closed. So once we glue it together, it'll open here. So I'll go ahead and glue this one. I suggest, for the purpose of the video, I'm just using a glue stick, but I would suggest using a stronger glue for these. Pockets tend to get a little bit more use, envelopes get a little bit more use, so I will go back and stitch this closed at some point, just so that you don't have to worry about it. I'll do a light stitch just around that edge there. So try and line up your pocket here as best you can. Give everything a good smush, and there we go, we've created our pocket. So then for these ones, the longer ones, what you're going to do is you want to fold, oops, you want to score and fold in these 2 little tabs, and then the long section here, you're going to fold up. Now you can fold it up higher. It does have the mark here that you can fold it up higher to fold up all the way like I did with this one to meet the top here for your pocket. Or you can do it like this one where there's a little bit of space like I did for this one. So we'll go ahead and glue this one as well. And then, like I said, just try to line up your sides as best you can. And then push everything down, make sure it's nice and secure. So there we go. We've got all of our pockets put together. So let's start with the decorating. We've got tons of different fun pockets here. These ones I went for more, the pockets and stuff, I went for more of a like seed, herbs, vegetables kind of gardening feel, as opposed to the other stuff that so far has been a little bit more like towards the botanical feel. But I still think that these will all go together really, really well. This is an example of specimen card from last week, or part of one of the uh, altered paper clips from last week that I haven't used yet, um, or even the fussy cuts. I still think that everything goes together really, really well. So let's go ahead and get started. So for our cards, we have 6 of the large cards. So that means there are 3 for each of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 of each of these here. I'm going to use the 2 with the pumpkins and bell peppers in this one, and then the ones with the lavender in this one. So you can see that they fit right in there like that. Now you have to make sure that you get it down there all the way, so that way they fit in there really nicely. You can decorate these if you want to, but I like mine fairly plain, because I do like to leave things that someone who gets this journal could decorate, or if you end up using this journal for personal, once you've assembled it, you can decorate. So I'm going to just put these in here and I'm going to just leave it undecorated. So we'll put those in there, but I am going to decorate the envelope. So then again, take these ones, stack them up, pop open my envelope, and tuck them in. Come on, get down in there. It's getting hung up on the little edges down at the bottom there. There we go. All right, so let's start by decorating these. So what I want to do is I want to put something on here to keep these closed. So I have tons of different options for that. You can use a fussy cut, like the lavender here would be a really appropriate, what's the word I'm looking for? Closure. Wow, words escaped me for a moment. A really pretty closure on that. And I actually think I really like that. I think I'm going to do that. So let me grab my glue stick. Again, for the purpose of the video, I'm using a glue stick. I would use a heavier glue for something like this. But if you only have glue stick's fine. Again, when I'm putting a closure on an envelope, I like to hold it like this, centered on my piece, so I can see where my glue line is. And that way, when I fold this down, I know that I'm not accidentally gluing my pocket shut or my envelope shut. So that's really pretty. And then I also think I want to put something on the front here. I think I want to use one of these bigger ones here. Something like that. And then let's take a look at our here. I'm thinking I like herbs. And also the words you'll notice are in 2 different fonts. I couldn't decide which font I liked more. So I chose to do both fonts. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. And then as I can show you here with the seeds one that I printed out, I did 2 different styles here. You can cut out all the way around it neatly and ink if you like to ink, or you can gently tear around it. 2 different ideas, but both give you a really, really cool look. So like you could put that on there and that would look really, really cute. Or you can do it this style, make it look a little cleaner, but no less cute. So definitely. So for the lavender, I think I'm going to go with the kind of more clean cut. And I want to trim this top down just slightly more. Perfect. And then Just going to give a little inking around, heavier around the edges, and then just kind of dab it a little bit over the center. So I'm going to do that. So I'll start by gluing the word onto the label where I want it to go. Make sure I'm somewhat centered. There we go. And then I already pre-inked my labels. These labels print out white with the brown border or green and white. So when I inked them, kind of aged my paper a little bit, give it that kind of feel. What I did is, I'll show you after I get this down here, I'll show you how I did that. Make sure I got all of my edges really well glued here. Check for any peely uppies. I always like to try and get my fingernail under any corners. Make sure that they're not going to want to peel up on me. So there we go. Oop, that's not very straight, is it? I somehow managed to turn that a little bit. All right, now can I correct it? Peeling off? Yes. I'll need to re-glue, but that's fine, because that would have really bothered me if it was not straight-ish. I don't expect to ever get things completely straight because I don't have the eye for that, but I do try to get them somewhat. There we go. That's a little better, I think. And that's our first envelope decorated and sealed. And this can go into a tuck. You can use one of our altered paper clips to put this in the journal. So that's fun. Then we'll do this large one here. This one has potted sage on the back, and I don't want to cover that up, I don't think. I might just put like garden or herbs on this one. Let's do cultivate. That's calling to me. And I'm going to do this one here. And I'm going to give it the torn look. So how I do my tearing, is I put my finger around to cover where I don't want to tear past. And then I very carefully tear it around my finger. So, and then that works this way too. And then depending on which way you tear your paper, is going to affect how the torn edge looks. So if you tear down versus tearing up, that'll change the way it looks. But torn paper takes to ink really, really well. So if you like to ink, definitely, and you're not already tearing your paper, make sure you're tearing your paper, because it really takes it to the next level, I think. So, and we'll give the edge of this an ink and then just lightly run over that. And by the way, for this entire project, I will be continuing to use the Distress Ink Vintage It Photo. Okay, so finger smoosh. And I'm going to put this off to one side, I think. And then actually, I'm going to use that on the other side. Okay, put this away for a second. And then something like that, I think. Yeah, I like that. All right, so let's start with our label here that I'm going to use as my closure. Once again, find my center, and then gently fold over. There we go. Push that down. There we go. Perfect. And then I'm going to put these on here. Now, my idea with these labels that have the lines is that you could either handwrite something on there, or you could use one of the labels. You could do all kinds of different things with this. Trying to rub off some of the excess glue that I smudged on there. So these are just to get you, I'm just trying to give you some ideas of different ways that you can decorate these. And you could choose to also have everything cut out and leave the envelopes plain until you're ready to put them in your journal, because you might not have an idea of what you want to do. That's totally fine. If you just want to print them out and put a closure on them, totally fine. So I like that. And then I'm going to use my seeds. Just like that. There we go. I think that looks really, really cute. All right. So now we have these 4 smaller ones with this really pretty strawberry and this burlap that has the wheat. And then I loved this honeycomb with the flowers and stuff designed so much that I made 2 of these. I just think it's so cute. So we'll set this aside. So we've got all kinds of stuff here. So I think I'm just going to kind of mix them up. So we've got 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Now we've got 2 extra here. So we'll just do that. So again, I'm not decorating my cards. So these journaling cards I think are a little bit tighter than the other ones. So you may find that you need to trim them down a little bit. I think I'm going to end up having to trim mine down because I think I didn't quite get the sizing right. You'll have to forgive me for any mistakes that I make like that when I'm designing a kit. I'm still learning. This is as much about pushing myself outside of my comfort zone as it is about, showing you guys what I'm doing. So yeah, you can see they are a tight fit in there. But they do fit, but they are tight. So, and if you, with putting 4 of them in there, now you don't have to put all 4 in there. You could, for example, boy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get those out of there now, huh? Oh, this is what happens when you don't plan very well. So I have ADHD. I am diagnosed and I am medicated for it, but definitely sometimes I do not. Planning is not my strong suit. So let's try it with just 2 in here and see how that works. Oh, that's much easier. Okay, so I guess we're going to do 2. And then when I fold it over, it's not quite where I wanted my fold to be because these are a little tall. What about these? How do these fit in here? Oh, well, those fit perfectly in there. So I think I didn't make them quite the right size for the smaller envelopes, but I made them the right size for that. So for these smaller ones, you might need to trim a bit off of the edges. Let's just double check here. Yep. All right. So I will show you how to do that because I got to do it too. So I'm just going to cut a tiny sliver off of each side. And then I'll go back in with my ink and ink up those sides. And let's give that a test. Much better. Yep. All right, so that's all it is. Just need to take a little off the sides. So let's do that real quick. Won't take me but a moment. I hope everyone who's joining me on this journey is enjoying it so far, um, and that you're finding inspiration, learning new things. Maybe, I'm showing ideas that you haven't thought of before. I really hope that people just come away from this project with feeling like they've learned something different or they're pushing themselves outside of their comfort zone. I would really love to hear more about what you are doing with your projects. But, share on social media, tag me. I would love to see what you're doing. Yeah. All right. We say that you don't have to watch me cut all of these to fit. I will do that post video and I will just show you decorating these little envelopes. We'll just set these aside. All right, so let's go ahead and decorate our wee envelopes. So for this one, it's kind of a little plain, so I think I want to do that maybe. I want to do definitely do some layering. Let's see. What do we want to close our envelope with? I think I really like that for the closure. So come through, glue about halfway down. And you don't have to use these tabs that I'm using. You could use stuff from the previous weeks. Oops. Like I have a little basket here with all of my stuff from the previous weeks. So like you could use one of these butterflies that haven't been used yet. You could use this bird. You could use the index. There's all kinds of goodies in here that you could absolutely use to decorate these envelopes with. Like you could do, you could use like one of these little birds on here. Actually think that the bird might be really cute. Nope, I like the orange better on this one. So I'm going to do my little bluebird on this envelope. Get some glue on there. And put my little bird right there. That's really cute. I actually think that that is perfect for this side of the envelope. I know that you're supposed to, in design, do things in groups of 3. So you could do something else there if you wanted to. Like you could do something like this. Actually, that's, hmm. I'm gonna do that. Let's just go for it. How are we doing on time here? All right, we're getting close to the mark. So let's just decorate the back side of this one. So I don't want to take away too much from the wheat. Oh, that would be a really cute little tuck spot, wouldn't it? I'm going to do that. Okay, so we're going to make this a little tuck spot. So I'm going to put glue along one side and then glue along the bottom here. And put that just like that, leaving it open. And then you can, these are a little big for that purpose, and I didn't back these, but you could do that. That's really cute. I like that. So there's something like that. All right. So let's see if we can get these last envelopes at least closed and decorated a little bit. Like I said, I really like layering a lot. Um, I try to give interest by layering different pieces. These ones are going to be tough to decorate because they are very busy. So you might want to just put a like fairly plain closure on them and then call it at that. Which I think is what I'm going to do with these two to let that really pretty uh, honeycomb design shine on its own. I think I'm going to just leave those as is and just put a closure on those because they're so cute. And I don't want to take away from the really pretty design on those. Let's see. It's a bit big for that one. What if we did? Nope, not quite. I think I actually really like that. I know it's the same pattern, but I think I like that. So I'm going to do it. So we'll put that centered on there, just like that. And then we'll glue. Make sure we get ourselves kind of centered here. Just like that. So there's the closures for those envelopes. Now you could put a word on these, no problem, and it would look really, really cute. I might do that, like I think cottage would look really cute on here. I'm going to cut real close to it, not on purpose, but now I got to make that look like it was on purpose. Junk journaling is very much about going with the flow. Nothing has to be perfect. And I'm not going to ink this one because I like the white. I think the white will contrast really nicely with the super busy print. Just something like that. Super simple. I like that. All right, let's decorate our very last one and then we will call it a video. I will set this stuff aside for use in another video. Let me see what I have in here left that I might want to use. Butterflies might be pretty. And then it would tie it in with some of the stuff that we've done in the prior weeks. The apple tree kind of goes with the strawberry. I don't want to cover up the strawberry on the back because it's so cute. So maybe the apple tree. I don't mind covering up the strawberry on the side because it's upside down. Save the apple tree for another time. I'm going to save these labels for another one. This envelope's too small for that. And this is a little too big for that. I think I intended this for one of the larger envelopes, but obviously I did not end up going with that. I don't want to end up accidentally making it so busy that you don't enjoy what you're seeing. That would actually be a really cute little cluster. I think I'm going to save these for clusters because they're really, really cute. And then we'll just put one of these labels on this and call it for that. And then we will look at what we've made this week and we will call it a video. Because you can always go back and decorate these more if you want to. Um, it's okay if you're struggling with something like what I'm struggling with right now, where I'm having trouble making a decision on some of these. It is okay to put them aside and try again later. So here we have the closures on all of our envelopes that we've done today, and then any decorations like these two we didn't decorate the backside of because I think I'm going to leave these two plain, but that's how these look. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave comments on anything that you'd like to see in the future, and I will see you in my next video. Happy Thursday, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.